Along with TFT's line of remote control monitors, we also have a variety of controllers for controlling those devices. We'll just walk you through real quick some of their basic functions where they may be mounted. The panel mount controller is a flush mount controller that would typically be used on a pump panel at the pedestal of an aerial or any other such place that would take a device of that size. This gives you all the same functions as does the controller on the monitor itself: up, down, left, right, fog, straight stream, park, oscillate, as well as the auxiliary buttons. Typically the auxiliary 1 button, if you use this in conjunction with a remote control extend-a-gun, the auxiliary 1 button would then be used as the up and down of the extend-a-gun controller. Comes with 30 feet of cable for hookup. Also inside is a DIN rail for discrete inputs, be it from builder supplied toggles or a CAN bus system. Once again, that's flush mounted. We also have the Tether Controller. Has the same function and feel as the panel mount and the buttons on the controller. These are available with a 10, 30, or 100-foot tether. It also includes a quick release NFPA compliant 1901 9G bracket. The nice thing about the tether is it allows you to get away from the apparatus and get a true perspective of where it is you're putting your water if it's being used effectively on the firefight. With the tether, a lot of people like to use it at multiple locations on the apparatus. So we do have available separate receptacles so that multiple receptacles can be put on one apparatus, and then this tether can be used in multiple locations. A lot like the tether, we also have our wireless control station. Once again, same buttons as the monitor, except this time as opposed to the tether, of course, you're wireless now. It allows you to get even further away, up to 500 feet, to get a true perspective of where you're putting your water. Again, it uses the same 9G compliant bracket as the tether and uses long life lithium batteries. And those are easily replaceable in the field. We also have the joystick operator station, which is typically mounted in a dry location inside the cab of the apparatus. This also has the NFPA 9G bracket, quick release, press of a button. This will usually be mounted close to the apparatus. If they do have somebody in the officer's seat, they can then release it from the bracket and use it from their officer's seated position as the apparatus is in motion. Otherwise, it's stored in here and a firm point for the apparatus driver to use. Gives the same function as the others: up, down, left, right, all the directional movements, oscillate and stow functions. This one has a trigger that can be used in a momentary or latched use for use with a valve, so that water flow can be controlled from the operator's position. Moving on to the toggle operator station. The toggle operator station gives you 3 functions: up, down, left, right, fog, and straight stream. Usually you'll see these mounted at a ladder tip, where those are primarily the functions that are needed. Small package for tight locations. 4-wire hookup just like the others for easy integration into our system. We also have our communications interface box. The communication interface box allows user-supplied discrete inputs to be converted to our RS-485 signal. We provide a cable that can again be hooked up to the toggle operator station or CAN bus outputs. And all this box is simply doing is taking those discrete signals and converting it over to the 4-wire RS-485 signal. Moving on to the auxiliary relay interface box. This device allows you to get further functions from the auxiliary 1 and auxiliary 2 buttons located on the controllers. Internally, there's a set of relays, each tied to auxiliary 1 or auxiliary 2. These relays can be used to trigger items such as scene lights, valves, warning lights, things of those matter. allowing you to free up some space where those controls would typically be on a panel can now be done from the auxiliary 1 and auxiliary 2 buttons that are already on the apparatus. The position display, which is 360-degree programmable, is a nice feature to have in spots where a monitor may be mounted high on the apparatus that you can't see from an operator's position, or down low on the front bumper where you can't see it from your seated driver's position. It gives you a perspective of where it is the monitor is at in its travel. It's programmable in perspective to where the monitor is actually at. If your monitor only has function off the officer side of the apparatus, that portion of the display can be programmed to only show its movement on the officer's side. Gives horizontal position as well as vertical, and also has feedback if being used with an RC extended gun as to whether it's up or down. Also on this control, you have the oscillate and park functions. Not too much programming can be done from this, but you are at least able to initiate those functions from your driver's position. Also on there, there's a speed button, slow and fast, that allows you to change the operational speed of the monitor with a quick push of the button. If you have any questions about how these are used, where they're located, or integrating them into the system, you can visit Task Force Tips at www.tft.com, or you can contact our tech service group at 800-348-2686.